right. Happy New Year, everyone. So last week was Christmas. And this week is New Year's Day, another holiday.
Yep.
2 long weekends. Your livers are probably feeling it by now for those of you who drink. For those of you who don't, you're probably sitting there just, I need to get rid of the holiday weight.
Yeah.
I know that's where I am. I need to get rid of some of this holiday weight. So
Too much good food. Which,
indeed.
not necessarily a bad thing, but something you have to deal with.
We're probably still eating leftovers from Christmas at this point. Like, we have charcuterie boards. We do a big pot of chili. I mean, by this time, I'm ready for like some salad. Some cold.
Never ready for salad.
Give me some carrot sticks at this point.
No.
And we don't really watch football in our house. So, like, probably be us just sleeping in and watching movies and maybe going on a walk.
Yeah.
As a family and get some air outside. But the new year, this is 2024. So here we are, and it's a little crazy because last year we were expecting a recession and we didn't get one. Shouldn't say
which is a good thing.
It didn't happen, which is a good thing. Q3 picked up, and now we're going into 2024, which is an election year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and debunk a myth out there. I was reading up on is spending down during election years? It's what I've always believed, that people are apprehensive and that spending is never quite where it needs to be for New Year's or for election year. And that's not the case. Spending actually increases during election years.
Okay.
And so keep that in mind when you're predicting your budgets for this year, and that people are looking for change, but also everybody's coming off of what they thought was going to be a recession. They had buckled down for it and it didn't happen. So now they're probably sitting on a surplus of cash and thinking, where do I invest this? What do I do with this? Do I throw it out to profits, or do I reinvest in my company? And each of your clients are going to have different expectations. So we're doing a little bit of a crystal ball here. It's just another shorter episode because I know you guys have other things to do.
Really quick, let me say something on that, because what you just said there kind of piques the interest of, the version of me a long time ago who was missing out on some of these accounting principles. And so, if you're an IT guy, you might be in this boat as well, because it's just kind of how lots of us go. But you hear your clients say, oh, that's too much, or, they gripe about spending. All right. That does not mean that they don't have money to spend, that they aren't intentionally setting aside money, investing in their businesses. So it's a bigger narrative that we won't go into today, but, understanding that if you can talk to your clients about investing in their business, they have money to spend. So when we talk about, what you're going to do with your clients this year and the things that they're going to be working on, don't approach that of, oh, I've got to lower costs. I've got to lower this. That's not always the case. And there can be great opportunities coming up in this year for your clients to actually spend more, at least spend more with you, and see that as a different type of spend, an investment versus an expense.
Also, project. If they're doing burst expenses, they may not want to increase their MRR. They may want to do a project with you. Hey, we're finally going to do that, closet cleanup so that, we reduce the amount of time it takes to deploy PCs. We're finally going to do that, those lunch and learn series that you've been telling us we need to do, or the security awareness session, or whatever it is. And, that's why I'm trying to get people to say, focus on service. So if you watched our webinar at ConnectWise earlier last month, and you saw what we were talking about there, and I'll post it. I should have posted it to LinkedIn by now. If I haven't, I'm sorry. Or at least our YouTube channel. Check our YouTube channel where we talk about the strategic analysis of 2024 with ConnectWise. And we talked about service focus. Yep. Focus on services. Focus on delivery. What are you going to do for your customers? Not what are you going to give them. You're not going to give them more PCs, servers, or firewalls. That expense is going to start tapering off.
Yeah.
What we want to say is, like, you are now offering CISO services. We're going to help do compliance for you. We're going to make you NIST compliant. So if you offer these services where you're going to, whatever your framework is going to be, you're going to offer that to your clients. Now, they're going to be compliant so that they're more secure come the end of the year. So it takes a while.
Yep.
What services are you going to do to help increase your client's capability or capacity for success? So being more secure means less disruptions to the business. Or maybe you're giving them a work from home strategy where they can get more done. Or maybe you're helping them process invoices faster. You got a better kiosk system. Or maybe you're working with dental offices and you're going to enrich the customer experience as well as the admin experience. What is it that you're going to allow your customers to do that they could not do before? What service are you going to provide that's going to make them happy? What present are you going to bring them off of the Christmas season here that they will enjoy, that will enhance their business?
Yep. Yeah, and it's going to be a little bit different with, the different clients that you have. I know there's a few of you out there that you do kind of have a focus. You have your one little vertical and it's working out great, but most MSPs are somewhat diversified. And it was interesting for me, again, back in my younger days. I grew up in the oil field out in West Texas, and out there, everything is centered around oil and gas. If the price of oil is high, then business is great for everybody. If it's down, then everyone's in the mully grubs. But as things began to diversify a little bit, and I dug a little deeper, I realized that there's always an area that is advancing. Yes, oil and gas may be down, but the manufacturing business is picking up because they're now have access to or workforce that they didn't have before. Whatever, there's always going to be an upside for your clients. So I think the general consensus that I hear from a lot of people is 2024 is looking good. Everybody's going to have their reservations at some point, but the areas where they really think they can step out more is going to be different. And the key to that is listen to your client. You don't have to know what those are, but you can listen. Your client will tell you what they want to do. And that's when you begin to develop more of those. Well, if you're going to do this, then I can do this for you. I can come along with you and help make that effort that you're stepping out in even more productive and even better.
Yeah. And I think we've lost, you'll hear us talk about this in our podcast all the time. Like, I feel like we've lost our way as IT industry a little bit. We got a little bit commoditized. We started thinking in long terms of best buys. And, my big tip for 2024 is stop thinking about warranties. You hear me say it all the time on webinars, on podcasts, on community updates. Stop thinking about warranties. They don't really matter anymore. Firewall support might be the only place where a warranty even somewhat matters.
Yep.
PCs are too cheap nowadays. Laptops are too cheap nowadays. Think about self-warranty. Think about having your MSP offer a service. Like we will, I like the HP. Skip's talked about this in the past. HP will warranty anything.
They will forever
for the right price.
Yeah.
HP the same way. I was just talking the other day, if you want to have your 10-year-old PC, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Here's our service fee for it. And it stays and it keeps going. I mean, the great thing about PCs is as they get older, the parts to replace them get cheaper.
Yeah.
So that $600 video card you got, 4 years ago is like $30 now.
Uh-huh.
If you can find it.
Yeah, no, that's a challenge. The cheapness versus availability, but
yeah. So think about that. That is a service you provide. Like, hey, we're going to do our service. We're going to waive the Dell or the HP warranty. You're going to manufacture one for 90 days. But then after that, our MSPs can take care of you. If you ever have an issue, we will come out and we're going to replace it right away. No more warranty lookups. No more paying for expensive software to track all this crap. You now just serve your customer.
Yeah.
And that's why depreciation is something we talk about all the time and why we're committed to talking about depreciation. It's easy. It's simple. Everybody understands it. The CFO gets it. Your clients get it. You get it. How often do you need to replace this PC? Hey, we depreciated it 4 years. You're on year number 5.
Yep.
Just letting you know, we can replace this anytime. it's a depreciated PC. So we're going to go ahead and charge you an extra $20 a month for that, or $10 a month for that. Whatever you want to do to encourage them, you can. Or you can say it's still a flat rate, just so you know it's depreciated at 4 years.
Yep.
You're past due on this PC. And that is okay, especially for you break fix shops, where you're charging by the hour. That PC is getting older. That's just more billable hours.
Yeah. Well, and a little bit of a tangent here. I have worked with several members who have really put together their stack and their audits so that they can sit down with the customer and clearly and confidently state, hey, this is where you guys are at in regards to a measurable level of technology. And if that client falls out of a compliance range, they have a series of metrics that start firing off and say, hey, you're going to get an upcharge of 10%. If you fall this far outside of compliance, we're going to upcharge you 20%. And it's the real motivation. And the cool part about that is they all tell me that they have a few members that look at that and they see that upcharge and they go, okay, I'm okay with it.
Risk acceptance.
It is. And everybody's okay with it. The MSP's like, okay, I'll take the extra 20%. And you could mitigate it. But the client, at the end of the day, they look at that and they go, I can pay a 20% upcharge, or I can pay a CapEx charge. And right now, I'm kind of tight on cash. I can put an extra 20% in this service, but the outlay in CapEx here doesn't really fit my budget. So they're okay with the expenditure. And that's the really cool part about a lot of these budget and finance conversations is it's not about how much sometimes. It's about how it gets spent, how it gets allocated.
And that's why I tell people, like, for 2024, really think in your MSP about what are you providing to your client outside of hardware services.
Yeah.
You're not a hardware contractor. You're not a mechanic. You are a multi-service provider. What services are your clients consuming, and what are you offering as a service that's going to help them? And warranties are a service. They are. And there's a reason why everybody wants in a warranty game, because it's a freaking cash cow, and it's just math, people. It's just math. There's a reason why Dell tries to sell you a warranty with every single one. There's a reason why you have things like Square and these other options, or was it the aftermarket warranty places. There's a reason why the auto manufacturer warranties are always trying to hunt you down. It's a cash cow. It's a service. And it rarely gets tapped into, but it makes everybody feel safe.
Yeah.
So, also, security awareness training. Cash cow, guys. $1,500. We'll hire one of our vendors to come in, and we'll have them come in and do a talk on staying safe at home. Whatever it is. So offer services that you can help your clients see as a value add to their business. What would you like somebody to pitch to you? Like, what would make you good? Like, we offer coaching here at Humanize IT, and that is a service we provide. We've been very bad about promoting it, but we do offer coaching. So you're not doing it alone. Let us help you design your account management program. Let's help you design your VCIO program so we can get you where you need to go. And people like, oh my gosh, yeah, I love the help. I love investing in my company and making it better. That's something I should do. Yes, that is service orientation versus commodities, selling PCs and hardware. That's a losing game, people. It always will be. Licensing, that's a losing game. The only reason you should be really selling licensing and PCs is if you're still making good margin on it. Just know that gravy train is going to be ending here pretty soon. Or two, you got to track it anyway, so you might as well buy it.
Yeah.
So, but think about the salaries of the people who are managing all those licenses and all those PCs. And now what margin are you really making?
Right.
So 2024, year of service. People are going to be increasing their spend on projects. People are going to be increasing their spend on services during this year. And I think compliance is going to be a big thing. So,
well,
any thoughts there, Skip?
Yeah. And again, kind of what I said earlier, listen to your clients in these first engagements that you have in January. Make sure you're taking a few minutes to listen to your customers. What are their expectations? And you don't necessarily, this is a great one where you may not be talking to the CEO. You may just be talking to the office manager. What are they setting out to do? Because everyone's looking at a new year. They've got a new set of expectations. They've got goals. They've got KPIs, whatever it is. Everyone is starting out with this goal-oriented sort of thinking. This is your golden opportunity here to grab that information, put it somewhere. All right. We've got a sweet little spot for it in our strategic reports. But wherever you put that, grab that information so that as the year progresses, you can keep that in mind and you can provide your support to their goals. That's what's going to make you the money that you're really looking for.
Yep. Get it on the calendar, get it in the schedule so that you remember to do that right now. Put it in a playbook, put it in somewhere. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope this is a great one for everyone. We're looking forward to that Humanize IT tool. We've already kicked it off in a pretty amazing ways.
Yep. Thank you.